E-scooters will be banned from footpaths starting tomorrow. It's the latest restriction on personal mobility devices as the number of accidents continues to rise. Now, those caught flouting the rule will be given warning letters until the end of the year. But from January, they could be fined up to $2,000 and jailed for up to 3 months.
Singapore joins countries such as Japan and France in banning e-scooters on pedestrian footpaths. Such devices already cannot be ridden on roads here. The Active Mobility Act was first passed in February 2017 to allow and regulate the use of PMDs on public paths in hopes that it would help improve last-mile connectivity.
Cities have allowed the use of such devices on footpaths as they are non-pollutive, inexpensive, and if properly used, convenient for short intra-town travels. We expected the co-sharing of footpaths to be challenging, but were hopeful that with public education, PMD users would be gracious and responsible. Unfortunately, this was not to be.
In September, an elderly cyclist died after she was hit by a non-compliant e-scooter. Last month, doctors at Tan Tock Seng Hospital also said they've seen a sharp increase in injured PMD riders over the past 2 years. Still, this is not a complete ban on e-scooters, as they are allowed on park connectors and cycling paths. Currently, there are 440 kilometres of cycling paths. The Land Transport Authority intends to triple this by 2030, when all HDB towns have a network of cycling paths. But the move is expected to affect some businesses. LTA is working with food delivery companies to help their riders switch to motorcycles or bicycles. Deliveroo and Foodpanda said e-scooter riders constitute less than 30% of their fleets. LTA will, however, reject shared e-scooter companies' applications to operate services on public paths, and no new applications will be accepted. There's also been a sharp increase in fires caused by e-scooters this year. To combat this, LTA has been giving out $100 incentives to encourage the early disposal of devices that don't have the UL 2272 fire safety certification. Now they say the scheme will be extended to the end of the year, and 32 disposal sessions will be added in December. There are some 100,000 e-scooters registered in Singapore, and 4 in 5 are not fire safe.
Well, e-scooter sellers expect business to be severely affected, while the feedback from food delivery companies is mixed. Grab says more than 1 in 3 Grab food delivery riders rely on e-scooters to fulfill orders. But Deliveroo expects minimal impact, saying PMD riders make up only about 5% of its overall fleet of 6,000. Pedestrians we spoke to, though, generally support the ban.
I think I support that, because all you need is one person who does not ride responsibly out of 1,000, and then you got a tragedy on your hand.
It's good because e-scooter is very dangerous. If not, they how ride around, so accident might happen.
It's been quite convenient for people who don't own cars, are traveling distances which might take too long using public transport. So for them, it might become an inconvenience, but I think safety-wise, it could be better for pedestrians.
One retailer of e-scooters predicts losses of a few $100,000 as it has already spent money to apply for UL 2272 certification for its e-scooters to meet fire safety standards.
We spend a lot of money on UL certifications. We spend one certification will cost 40 to 60,000 Sing dollars per model, and also the bulk inventories we have. All right, because people are transiting from non-UL to UL model. So we prepare a lot of inventory to cater for this market. So right now, with the fear that people had in their minds, all right, they might not be willing to change their scooters anymore.
And when it comes to using e-scooters for food deliveries, customers can expect delays.
Our driver were having a tough time to send the food. We have to divert all the routes to everything that we supposed to find a share path and a bicycle path also. The food, it won't be easy to deliver on time even.
The ban will also affect those who use e-scooters for last mile connectivity, according to an interest group.
LTA have done a lot on the infrastructure, including the introduction of new cycling towns all over the place. But still, it does not cover everywhere, as footpath is also seen to be that connectivity. Right? So by eliminating that, it really leaves the leisure riders to really just on the shared path and on the PCN.
Mr. Koh adds that education is key to address the issue of errant riding behaviour.